Hi Cancer, welcome to a message for you for money. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. If this is about you and another person, this could resonate with theirs or your moon rising or Venus sign. Also, the recommended reader shout out goes to Tuesday's Tarot. Stop by and check her out and show her some love. And thank you to all of you who have given me some tips about healing boiled fingers. Looking pretty good. Still have a station of creams and salves and everything set up in the kitchen. So thank you very much for your concern and your help with that. All right, Cancer. A message for Cancer. Not the only message, one of them, but just maybe a little reminder you need to remember from time to time. All right, we got Judgment. That could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Sagittarius. The Hanged Man. That could be Pisces. Page of Pentacles. The Empress, Taurus, Libra, or Aries. The Devil, Capricorn, and 10 of Wands. All right, here we go. Here. Okay. All right, you got a good situation coming up. You're just trying to figure out how to get there. What's this Hanged Man about? Emperor. Could be Aries. Empress. Okay. Page of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. Empress. What's this Empress about for Cancer? All right, you got this. You're good. Empress, 9 of Cups. What is this? A Page of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. You're not afraid of hard work. You'll work to do whatever you're going through right now. It's like a sandwich. It's like a good sandwich because you came from good, you hit a hiccup, and you got good coming back again or being restored. So this is about you hanging tight here, and this too shall pass. Things are okay. It's been a while since you've been here. It's almost like you might feel like, okay, I'm ending a cycle, or I'm having to remember what it was like way back when, because it feels like that again. It's almost like you're at the starting point of where you have come so far from. And so there might be a little bit of like, oh, but it's just a hiccup and it's fine. And the key to, or what you need to remember, is your ability to self-soothe and to calm yourself when you feel weak or in crisis, and that this too shall pass, because you've got stability. It's just you're having to conserve. The stability is there, but you're having to kind of pull back a little bit. This Devil about. Knight of Cups. We got Judgment. We got Knight of Cups and the Devil. Okay. Somebody coming back around again, and you need to remember why you moved in the first place. Okay, great. What's this in Wands? It's 10 of Wands. 5 of Wands. All right, yay, I like it. Because if you find a situation coming back around again that is all too familiar, perhaps this is an internal thing where you start doubting yourself and you start panicking and you get into that, stinking thinking. Thank you, Stuart Smalley. This is about finding ways that bring you comfort, and I know this sounds silly, but talking yourself through it. Whatever situation it is feels a lot bigger than it is, and it's going to pass. You're passing through this. So the key is to remember that. And this is about doing things that emotionally comfort you, not emotional escapes, but things that ground you through an experience that is going to return, is coming back around again. It feels bigger than it is. And this is about you staying the course. You need to remember that you have already leveled up. You've already done the work for this situation. It's coming back around again, perhaps for closure. You need to remember that you handled it already the first time. And just because it presents itself again, it is simply an opportunity that you can either accept or pass on. There's no obligation here. And you have got what it takes to withstand this and to pass through this and come out solid and secure on the other side. And this is perhaps it's kind of working through some work drama here and cutting things back because it was way more effort than it was worth. And you're like, I'm going to be making some changes, particularly because in the name of self-care, that I just don't want to do this anymore the way I've been doing it because it gets me results I don't want. And I'm recognizing that, and I'm going to commit to doing things differently. So this is all about a situation coming back around and you recognizing that you've been here before, but instead of reacting the way you did before, you're going to make sure that you are doing things that ground you and are in your best interest. Not selfishly so, but speaking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, and not being obligated to things that you have no business being obligated to. You're allowed to have time off. You're allowed to have time for yourself. You're allowed to say, hey, I don't agree with this, or I put this in writing, I don't want this shipped or something, or whatever. You're allowed to say, no, I'm not accepting that. And that's not to, start a conflict or anything like that. But it's almost like because of your giving and working nature, you get taken advantage of. And this is you standing up against that. And this is also you recognizing that the pattern that comes along with that, you always are compromised in the end. You're the one that's exhausted and tries to escape emotionally rather than put up boundaries first and soothe yourself emotionally and take care of yourself. You always overextend yourself and then have to backtrack, and you're the one that's exhausted and you're the one that's cranky and you're the one that did, but everybody else gets the best of you. And this is saying, no, the situation's coming back around again. I can choose to do it differently. The stability is here. Work is going to be kind of challenging. And your job is to find things to to ground yourself and to stay the course and to not overextend yourself to where you feel depleted, because you're not going to be at this job for long. You're passing through whatever this feels like work, whatever work situation this is. You're passing through it. So, and it could very well be because it's no longer a good fit for you. But instead of enduring and staying and kind of, just okay, no, you're like no. That's the devil. Okay. So, whoopsie. Just so you know, this is, you got like a security sandwich. This is just a hiccup. You're moving through it. Things are fine. Might need to conserve, pull back, but definitely address this issue coming back around again. You've got the tools now to have boundaries and to speak your mind, to be forthright and to be compassionate about it for all kinds of, you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't have to get ugly, but you're not going to not say anything because you don't want to be the ugly bringer. No, that says about their level of comfort not wanting to hear what you have to say. Too bad. I matter. I'm speaking up. Listen to me. Rider. Okay, that's movement, that's news, that's change. This could be a new job opening up and you're going for it. Because you got this work situation that rather than it being resolved, it's just more of the same, and you're like, okay, I see it for what it is now. I'm moving forward. So there we go. This is, it could be freedom. It's exploring your options, having choice, discussions, being open, and a lot of like activity, a lot of communication. Transformation, that jumped. I wasn't ready to pull it, but I can leave it. Transformation. Yeah, you got something coming back around again that you're going to be handling differently. Plus 4, Cancerian. Unity. I think this is you sticking to your guns, and it doesn't have to be that you're just this rogue person going solo and reject everybody. No, it's just that you're keeping yourself intact. And what you're doing in the name of let's do this together, or this can be a win-win for everybody. Let's problem solve. Let's get through this. You know what I mean? But you're also not doing it at your expense anymore. That's the difference. Before it was almost like you were sacrificing, so everybody else won and then you went home exhausted, or you were left exhausted. Whatever this situation is, you're standing up for yourself and you're not doing it the same way you did before. Maybe this is dating, You're just like, oh, I'm finally ready. I'm being open and things have changed. It could be, but I feel like it's work. And I feel like you've found that you don't really fit. And there's a problem with teamwork. And you're like, okay, I'm putting out resumes. I'm virtual interviewing. I'm getting ready to move on and go forward and take charge of my situation and do what I feel is right to counterbalance the negativity starting to come back around again. Page of Wands. Okay, that's that new something. That's exploration. These are kind of similar here. This is about exploration, something new happening, creative juices flowing, that endeavor, getting curious about something and wanting to pursue that, being open. Offers communication about something new. Let's see. That's what's here. 5 swords on it. 5 on his side. 5 of swords on that side. And we've got was like that. All right, and I always turn it clockwise. 5 of Swords on its side and 5 of Pentacles on its side. So making some decisions. Okay, so we've got you kind of having to take a lot of information in and make some decisions about it. And you're being proactive. This is not letting, because you're not going to just take what's handed to you. You're not going to be a martyr this time. Whatever this situation is, you're taking it into consideration, all aspects of it, but also you're putting yourself first here. And you're staying committed to what you would need out of a situation. Equity, where it is equity. This is unity, but this is really about things being good for all in a situation. And which means that everybody else is making sure they're taken care of. So you're also making sure that you're taken care of. But this is staving off or guarding against feeling insecure and feeling like you just need to, cut everybody off and go it alone. This is finding a solution that works for everybody, which is funny because that also you're not going to be here for long. So you're finding you're kind of solving a big issue here, but then you're also leaving it because you see that the writing's on the wall. It's not going to last for long. But while you're there, it's like you're kind of problem solving and you're sort of like a bridge. I don't know. It's weird. You're not going to be there for long, but while you're there, you're standing your ground. You're righting an old wrong, and maybe that's why you're still there, because the situation's coming back around again. You're going to solve it and balance it out, and then you're on your way. Okay, I'm going to keep talking. All right, okay, Cancer. I hope this was helpful, and you got this. And remember, I like it because it kind of fleshed out to be where you. It went from, okay, find ways to self-soothe when this annoying situation comes back around, not escape, not do all the things that might not be in your best interest, but it solves, helps you emotionally. This is like, no, you've changed too much to let something threaten you. You can be proactive and think about this and stay the course. This is just a hiccup. So it went from that to you standing your ground and then, but looking elsewhere because you're like, I don't want to have to keep standing ground. I don't want to have to keep here. So looking elsewhere and looking for new job opportunities because you want to work smarter, not harder. Could be dating, but it feels like this is work. This feels like security related. Okay. All right. Okay. I hope this was helpful. I hope to see you in the next reading. And thank you again for the tips and tricks about hand and your concern. Much love to you. Happy birthday. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.